Waliyyah, Aisha bint Abu Bakr radiallahu anha, told by wise Wali. Salam, my dear friends, it's me, wise Wali, and today I have a very special story for you of a young, intelligent, and pure woman, Aisha bint Abu Bakr radiallahu anha. Our Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam called her Aish with love and Humayra because of her rosy cheeks. She was not just his wife, she was his best friend. Are you ready to hear her story? Let's begin. Aisha was the daughter of Wali Abu Bakr radiallahu an, the best friend of our Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. She grew up in a home filled with love, wisdom, and faith. From a young age, she was bright and curious. She loved to learn and ask questions. And guess what? She memorized the Quran and learned hundreds of hadiths directly from our Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Would you like to know how much our Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam loved her? Keep listening. Our Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam loved Aisha radiallahu anha so much that when someone asked, "Who is the most beloved to you?" he said, Aisha. Do you know what was special about their love? If our Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam drank water, Waliyyah Aisha would take the cup and he would smile and drink from the exact spot where she placed her lips. Isn't that beautiful? One day there was an Eid celebration in Medina and some young Abyssinian boys were playing with spears. Do you know what our Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam did? He stood in front of Aisha so she could watch. She leaned on his shoulder, watching with excitement. He didn't rush her. He didn't tell her to stop. Instead, he waited until she had seen enough. This is how much he cared for her happiness. One day, the hypocrites of Medina spread a terrible lie about Waliyyah Aisha radiallahu anha. Imagine how sad she must have felt. She cried and cried. Even her parents didn't know what to do. But do you know what happened? Allah Himself proved her innocence by revealing about 10 verses in the Quran. Can you imagine? Allah cleared her name forever. Waliyyah Aisha radiallahu anha had the greatest honor. Our Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam passed away in her lap. In his last moments, he was too weak to speak much. Waliyyah Aisha radiallahu anha saw her brother with a miswak. She knew our Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam loved miswak, so she took it, softened it with her own mouth, and gave it to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He used it, then his soul returned to Allah. She was the last person he saw, the last person he touched, and the last person to serve him with love. After our Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam passed away, Waliyyah Aisha radiallahu anha became one of the greatest scholars of Islam. She narrated over 2,000 hadiths. The greatest companions came to learn from her. She taught young and old. Our Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam once said, "Take half of your religion from this woman, Aisha." Can you believe that? One of the greatest teachers in Islam was a loving and intelligent woman, Waliyyah Aisha radiallahu anha. Oh my dear Wali, here are 3 lessons we learn from Waliyyah Aisha bint Abu Bakr radiallahu anha. Number 1, seek knowledge. Waliyyah Aisha radiallahu anha never stopped learning, and she became one of the greatest scholars in Islam. Number two, trust Allah. Even in the hardest times, Allah always brings the truth to light. Number three, love with kindness. Our Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam showed love through care, patience, and small gestures. May Allah make us hardworking, intelligent, and pure, just as Waliyyah Aisha bint Abu Bakr radiallahu anha. Ameen.